Hello guys, let us recreate tubo dress. It is a kimono or a kaftan, a bubu, whatever you call it. This is so beautiful. So I'm using this damask for this style, and this is 4 yards of damask. Now this part where you see me touching like this is the length. That is the length of 60, and the other part is the yards. So I'm going to fold it like this. I'm going to take it to one yardage to the other yardage, because the length of 60 will not be enough for me to do what I want to do. After folding it into two like this, I'm going to now fold it again. That will be our front and back. You can see it. So the center part that is folded will be the front and the back, and the upper part there will be the starting line. So I hope you understand how to fold this. Let's use this paper as an illustration. So I use the wideness of 27 inches when I place my fabric on the floor. Now I'm going to roll the starting line. I'm using this paper as an illustration, but every measurement I'm measuring, I'm going to say will be how I place it on my fabric. Now I use a neck width of 4 inches on my fabric, and I use a neck depth of 1 inch. So the shoulder slope that I use is 8 inches. Sorry, shoulder measurement is 8 inches, then the slope is 1 inch. Then you're going to place your ruler and you connect it that way. That will be our shoulder slant. Now for the sleeve opening, the wideness of the sleeve, I mark 11.5 inches on my fabric. Now from the starting line, guys, I also mark 40 inches. Yes, that is how I mark it on my fabric. Now this paper is a miniature, so that is why I'm reducing the measurement. Now on the 40 inches, I mark 15.5 inches on my fabric, and I also repeat the same thing on the full length of the dress. After that, guys, on the sleeve opening there, I'm going to come in by ½ inch. That will be where I'm going to join the band so that I can have allowance for my band. Now I'm going to connect from that 15.5 inches to this sleeve opening. Now you can see the way I connected it, like as if I'm giving it a little bit of slant. Can you see? So if you know you have any sharp or pointy edge there, just go ahead and blend it. You can see I did not curve it that way because I didn't want it to have too much ear. So that is what I did. Now I had to add ½ inch on the shoulder for the shoulder joining. That is the sewing allowance. So it is very simple. Just go ahead and recreate this on your fabric. Now guys, this is for the back. Now for the front, I'm going to mark 1.5 inches for my band. Yes, for the band I'm going to be marking 1.5 inches. So then for the neck depth on my fabric, I mark 11 inches, and I'm going to roll it to that 11 inches. Now from the 11 inches, I'm going to take it to the neck width. That is the wideness of the neck. You just blend it like that a little, so we have our front ready. Now you cut both front and back together. You cut both of them together first. After that, I'm going to give that part a notch of ½ inch notch. Then I'm just going to cut off the remaining one, just the way you see me cutting like this. So that is that about the cutting of this fabric. So when you sew your band, yeah, you're going to have, then the other part is the ½ inch for joining allowance of the side seam. Can you see? Use ½ inch to join the sides together. Now the sleeve, you have ½ inch to join your sleeve. So guys, we're going to open it up. Now for the front, you're just going to cut off that part that becomes the front. So for the pleat you see on the sleeve on the thumbnail, I'm just going to mark ½ inch, that is for joining the band. Then I'm going to also mark 3 inches away from the ½ inch. After that, I'm just going to pick it like this. So when you pick it, make sure whatever you pick, the 3 inches is inside here. So when you pick it like that, that becomes the pleat. Now you are going to join your shoulder of the front and back. Before you do this, I will show you guys as we proceed. Now this is my own. I had to place it on the floor and I cut. That is why I used a paper. You can see the shape. Yeah, so after cutting it, guys, this is the marks on my table. Now we're going to be joining the front neckline to the back neckline. So pick, the front is going to be 2 pieces. Yeah, so you pick the 2 and you place them right side to right side, shoulder to shoulder. And you're going to be joining with the ½ inch sewing allowance we added when we were drafting. I'll do the same thing for the other side. Now guys, this is it. I've gone ahead to join the shoulder and I also ironed it. Then I weaved, because this is a damask, it frays a lot. You can see the neckline, you can see that part that is already fraying. So I weaved all the side except the sides, the front where I'm going to attach the band to. Now for the sleeve, what we did on that paper, we're going to do it now. So you go in by 3½ inches. Yeah, because I'm going to use ½ inch to join the band to the sleeve. Now I'm just going to use pin to hold it. After holding it, guys, I'm going to be sewing that part. Now you can take it to your sewing machine and you just tack that part, or you use your hand needle. I use my hand needle, my thread, I fold it into 4. Yeah, so I'm using my hand needle to just tack it by that part. Then after tacking, it's going to be like this. You're going to give it a very good press up to where you want the pleat to stop. Now I'll go ahead to do that to the other sleeve. I also mark 3½ inches. Then I pick it. Then I also tack it with needle and thread. After that, I'll pleat and I will just iron. So that this is it. I've gone ahead to do that, and I also join these sides together. Yes, so you have to do this shoulder pleat before you join your sides together, because if you join your side before this, it might be difficult for you to pleat. Now this is the sleeve. After joining the side, we have our sleeve. Then you take your band. Now this band is 5 inches, that is 2½ inches. I gum it with paper gum. So you measure the round sleeve. After measuring it, you are going to do that on your band. You are going to sew it. So when you sew it, then you're going to place your band like that and you sew it all round. It is very simple. I'll do that for the second sleeve. Now this is the band that I'm going to attach to this front of this piece. It is, you measure the total length of your neck, the band all the way down. So it is also 5 inches. I iron it with paper gum and I fold it into 2, giving me 2½ inches. Then I'll go ahead and join it like that. After joining it, I will now hem the down part. So guys, this is it. I've gone ahead to join and I've also weaved it. Everything is looking all neat and beautiful. So I'm going to wear this. It is actually for a client, but I'll be wearing it for you guys to see how it is. Now for the belt inside, there's a belt inside, and I'm going to turn it to the other side so I can sew the belt. Now I'll be using what's it called, pressing button on the bands. I will measure 9 inches away from the neckline before I will now put the pressing button so I can clip it together. Now for the belt, guys, I mark 17 inches, that is the waistline From that waistline I went in by 6 inches. I'll do that for the second side. Mark the same 16 or 17, whatever your waistline is, you're going to mark it. And you're also going to go out 6 inches away from that, and you're going to fix the belt. Now this is the belt, it is 2 inches, so cut any length you want. You place it like that and you're going to sew it so it becomes that way when you flip it. So you're going to take your second belt, you're going to do the same thing, tack it that way, and it is ready.